far more possession-based, like to have a lot of the ball like Arsenal does, but also you can see how well he can progress play quickly and bypass the midfield press if he needs to. He can slip in wingers into space quite easily, and you see more of that from him when he's at Sociedad. And I think having a player who is multifaceted in that way, who will always make the right pass, seemingly, I think suits what we need in that midfield, because there are a lot of times where Partey did display his ball playing abilities, but how many times did he dawdle on the ball, make the wrong pass, wasn't in the right position, these kind of things. And I think from a player intelligence standpoint, I think that side of his game actually decreased maybe in the last year or two. Because Zubimendi always are getting a player who's always maybe in the right spot in the right time. No, so to just make that one touch pass that can actually kill a press immediately and set you kind of forward, and that would actually help Odegaard quite a lot without having to always drop back so far, because Zubimendi can just one touch at Odegaard, or can just kind of be away. So I think in those terms, in terms of consistency and how he can play, that's an upgrade on Partey for me. And when it comes to Nørgaard, I love that move, and I've been tweeting about it like mad since we kind of got those kind of drops about it. With him, you're getting, I think, a player who, something over the last 4 or 5 years since he's been in the Premier League, only one of the players won possession back more than he has. He's an exceptional ball winner. He actually is in the same kind of progressive passive metric as Zubimendi, as Agume, who was the latest shiny toy that Arsenal fans wanted from the last month, because 1 or 2 data heads mentioned him in a piece, and all of a sudden he's the next best thing since raisin bread or whatever. So he's that same kind of player. He's an aerial presence. He's a box presence. He can get forward and get you a goal. He has that experience. He was captain of Brentford. Brentford fans are absolutely devastated that he's leaving, and I think Elliot just did a really good episode with a Brentford supporter. I forget who it was, and he was kind of breaking down Nørgaard more in depth and just showing you, like, this is a guy who you could always rely on, not just in terms of what he brings to the table on the pitch, but how he also helps players around him become better. How expertly he does his job very quietly, and I think we could really use that as well. And there's those kind of questions of what happens if Mendy gets injured. Would you trust Nørgaard in? He's never played in Champions League, whatever. Yeah, I think you can. Especially when it comes to Premier League, because despite all of us, I think, rating Jorginho, a lot of us were worried about what happens if we'd have to trust Jorginho for 15, 20 games. Could his body handle it? He wasn't really the most mobile midfielder. Nørgaard's much more mobile. I think he covered more ground than any midfielder in the Premier League last season, I think it was. I had the stat pulled up, but I can't find it. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it shows that astute business that we can go in and get quality for an amount of money that doesn't prohibit us from going and doing the correct deals further up the pitch, which is what we really need this summer.